Well, that's a look at your headlines for now. Now let's go back down to Courtney.
All right, Alex, thank you. It is every parent's worst fear that their child will not be born healthy. 1 in 10 American children has some kind of disability. Gayle Slate is the author of Dana's Legacy, a book that answers the question, how do you cope in this type of situation? She joins us live this morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
a
you.
local. You live here in San Diego,
Yes,
so
I
we
do.
always love to support our local authors. Before we get into this interview, there's a portion of the book you want to read right now for our viewers at home. Why don't you go ahead and read that passage that you have and then explain why you wanted to read this passage.
It really sets the stage, I think, for all parenting. Of all the challenges life presents us, nothing is more important than our roles as parents. Yet that's the very task for what we are least prepared. Every family I found has to learn to adapt to new experiences in ways that are best for them and for their children. Each child is unique and cannot be raised by one set of given rules, especially if the child has a disability. While the children are developing, so too are the parents learning. They're in uncharted territory, feeling their way as their children grow. And this is the key. Parents must understand and appreciate their children's attributes instead of only focusing on their struggles. Having realistic expectations comes from seeing the real child, not the child you want to see.
All right, and Gayle, the reason for reading that right now, we were talking about this during the commercial break, is because that's information for every parent out there.
Absolutely.
And it's information that we quickly forget when we become parents because we think that there's just this perfect way of doing everything. The bottom line is there's not this plan.
That's right.
All right, and you wrote this book. Tell us a little bit about your story because you wrote this inspired by your own daughter, right?
Yes. Dana was born in 1956. I was 20 years old. I was not prepared to have any child, let alone a child with a disability. So of course it was a shock for me, and I thought my life was over.
And what was she?
She was born with, it was a birth accident, actually.
Okay.
The doctor made a mistake. So on top of her having a severe disability, I was very upset and angry with the doctor. That being said, I was still facing, how does a 20-year-old child raise another little child? And I was very, very clumsy. I did a lot of things wrong. It was sort of like a nightmare for me. My husband was traveling a lot. Both of us are very close. We've been married 56 years.
Congratulations.
So we've made it through a lot of tough times. Actually, though, I really didn't learn very much until after Dana had grown. And she was so severely disabled, we could not keep her at home. We had to place her. That really was like a death for me. I felt like I was a failure as a mother. I could not take care of her, and something was wrong with me. And it wasn't too long after that that I decided that I wanted to help other parents, because certainly many parents must have felt as I did. We didn't know what to do, how to take care of our children, and we felt a lot of shame and embarrassment. So I went back to school and became a professional psychotherapist. And years later, I was working in the field, and I've helped almost 1,000 families and their children in Los Angeles, where my home was, and then now here. In addition to that, as time went on, I founded, my husband and I both founded an organization, a national organization called Kids Included Together. And that is in San Diego, but it is international now. It serves 24 states and the U.S. Navy worldwide. We bring kids with and without disabilities together in after-school social and recreational programs. It's very successful.
Great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All the work you're doing on the book, of course, and real fast, we only have about 30 seconds, but you know, the message for parents out there who maybe wake up every morning and they are going through the same things you went through, any last words of advice you can give them right now just to push through and get through the hard times?
I would say be kind to yourself, don't berate yourself, and don't kill yourself trying to find the answer. It will come, and it will come in ways that you will not expect. These children have served to be gifts and serve as gifts in ways that nobody would have ever expected.
All right, Gayle Slate, thank you so much. It's called Dana's Legacy. If you'd like to purchase the book, find out more information about it, just go to our website right now, sandiego6.com, and click on Hot Topics. Well, it's the